Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in off a loss in the season opener, which doubled as the home opener.
And when you lose that way, at home, season opener, it almost feels like 2 losses. So it's a big fight to get yourselves ready to go to play the next week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was hard to pop.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And this will be a Texans first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease, then bursts through it for a solid game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. The numbers for him from a week ago, 9 carries, 55 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute them. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20 plus.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Titans set to take over behind their quarterback, Ryan Tannehill.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's hauled in by... And oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he is going to lose yardage here. $13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession.
Yeah, 3rd down, you know those pass rushers. They're in the starter's boat. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff right side to Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. At Pierce gets it again on second down.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Mills. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Texans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
They go play action. Mills. This pass caught by Hamler. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll run here with Pierce. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Again, it's Pierce. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's third and goal. Play fake. Mills. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on third and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. From 28 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. Now Tannehill. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On third down, here's Mills. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 32 that time.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Quickly into the hands of Fuller.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Damian Pierce,
his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And this is up, it's through, and extends their first quarter lead to 13-0. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was Damian Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he'll take this one up to about the 23. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Take it at the 37. Able to slither by. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And the Texans will take over. Damian Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
On play action, Mills.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
76 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Credit the sack there to Harold Landry. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Play action now. Mills. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fields it right around the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Tannehill.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
And that will be incomplete. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on the punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And not much room to speak of. He'll get about 3 up to the 41.
The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Mills.
Throw left side complete. That's Rowe. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mills.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
On first down, Rowe.
And able to get this to the 31.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Give to Pierce.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
Mills now. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes, just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They begin with Henry. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Tannehill now to throw. Got a man, that's Richie James. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 1st down carry for Henry.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Tannehill.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tannehill.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Throwing again is Tannehill.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Tannehill. That's going to be caught. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Tannehill. Got a man, and
It's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Richie James there to make the grab. And the Titans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. On 1st and 10, Mills.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Looking to throw is Mills. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
He's got Fuller.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Again, it's Mills. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's Mills. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he is going to have a Texans first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdown passes there for Tua Tagovailoa. Continuing on, here's a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Titans. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the 2nd half.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this returns, so the 2nd half begins. Back.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Well, he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Texans to take over. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They're going to look to throw. And this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Harold Landry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Titan football. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Back to throw, Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Tannehill.
And finding the tight end Hooper. A gain of 8 there on the play. And a 3rd down and 6 to go. To throw is Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one may be his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it.
And even 100 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready.
And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Hey.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career of this rookie quarterback. His guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So operating for Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
This is Pierce.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Here's Pierce.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And one more time. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one a first down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to throw now on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. Touchdown. Will Fuller from 21 yards away.
And the Texans go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that will make this a 19-point game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans now just about ready to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Tannehill. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Tannehill. And his throw is going to be incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. They get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
And that big game may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
They'll run for it with Henry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Here's Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone. And now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he He's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Second and 6. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill over the middle, complete. That's James. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
On first down, Tannehill. A check down here for Henry. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Tannehill. And this one too low. The offense on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Marcus Davenport drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On now is the Titans punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down, here's Pierce. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for Houston. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Tannehill now to throw. He completes it to Henry. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
Finding space at the 40.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. This is caught. It's Woods. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Now it's Tannehill. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in, going option right. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the great move out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it.
Henry will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
3rd and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A huge play there for Houston. 56 yards. Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 163 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this 2nd half.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. It's caught by Hooper. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly they're still short for 4th. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Houston, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get another home date next week as the Saints will come to town. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.